This German Shepherd's in the top 1% of difficulty barking and lunging on leash at other dogs. Watch what Prince and I do. This is the moment that she questions her life choices. You don't need a Prince in your life. You can do this on your own, but there does need to be a turning point. There does need to be a moment that your dog says, my owner isn't messing around. This is the beginning of the session. You're seeing everything I'm seeing for the very first time. What does it look like to you guys? Overstimulated dog who barks like she's breathing. She barely even knows she's barking. Look at how fast her head goes. Look at how fast her mouth goes. The owner does a good job, tries to give her some corrections for it. There's no quick fix to this. I'm going to show you in this video how you can do this on your own. You don't need a Prince to correct the dog. Yes, the turning point in this video is Prince getting mad at her. But you can do this on your own. It's just going to take a little more time because very few people have a Prince in their life and know how to use a Prince. If you can find a trainer in your area that has a dog that can safely correct another dog, you should do it. Find them or come to me. People come from all over the country. You can come out to me to do this too. So in this video, I'm going to show you everything. Desensitization, corrections, meeting of other dogs. I'm going to show you everything in this video. We're now in the lower part of the property. She's going to give me like a reverse goose right there. If you've ever wondered why I cover parts of my body, it's for that reason right there. I'm not ready to give this dog a correction for this behavior because she's out of her mind. You can't correct dogs when they're out of their mind. You notice how fast her mouth moves? You've got to be careful because this is not aggressive, but her mouth moves so fast when she barks that if you put your hand out, you can get bit inadvertently. I'm not worried about being bit right now, though. Now you're going to really see the speed of her mouth. Look at that. We're at the top area. This is generally how it goes. They go to the pasture, they get some energy out, they poop so that I want to set these dogs up for success. Now she's meeting Prince through a fence. Oh my goodness. Why do I use a fence as opposed to a muzzle, as opposed to a leash? I just like the fence as the first thing better because the dog's not on a leash, the dog's not on a muzzle. It can run around, it can run away. It can show me what its motivations are. This dog does not want to run away. She wants to stay and bark at Prince. Oh, the poor baby, she's scared. No, she's not. She has an acre to run away. She's choosing not to. Prince isn't even looking at her. She's not scared like many people think every dog who is reactive or aggressive is scared. It's not the case. So I like to use the fence. We are then going to go to a muzzle in a minute. The speed of the mouth is important. Why is that important? Because it's basically a window into the brain. When you saw her mouth barking that fast, as I said before, barking to her is like breathing. Well, breathing is a automatic response, right? Or it's an automatic function. They don't even think that they're doing it. This dog, the barking verges on not even thinking about it. I don't know what I'm explaining right now, but I look pretty intense. But she just barks. That's all she does. So we cannot just go, okay, give her corrections. Okay, put a prong on her. Okay, shock her. Okay, give her treats every time she's not barking. We can't do that. We need to go with exposure, which is like socialization and desensitization. Then we need to get her exercise. Then Prince gives her that correction, which is the whole turning point in this session. But if you're doing it, you're giving that correction, okay? But it can't be right away. Now Prince is going to come out. He's out, muzzle on. And the barking in his face starts any second now. Bark, 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 bark. And she's controlling too. She's controlling him. So in a minute, you're going to see me come up and I'm going to grab her because I can realize Prince is like, she's not going to let me run. That's what he's basically saying. She's not going to let me run. He's not worried about her, really. But he knows that if he runs, her prey drive is going to kick in. So why is she doing all this? She's super duper under socialized. Her brain is just a certain way. It's a unique brain. These female German Shepherds can get like this. They get like this a lot sometimes. So I come up, I grab her to save Prince, and I'm like, you can now go, buddy. And he runs, and of course, that would have been a chase right there. She desensitizes a little bit. Desensitization is everything, by the way, you guys. And you're going to see something good right here. Smell for smell. So desensitization has to happen. Now, what my 50 feet away in a field analogy is barely desensitization. It's 50 feet away in a field. This is, to a degree, desensitization. This dog needs a lot of it, but like she's with him. This is real desensitization. Get used to him. Run with him. Watch him when they get with other dogs. Watch all the dogs run. Real desensitization, not this 1/10 of 1% improvement desensitization. This is desensitization, and exercise. Prince knew she couldn't catch him. And I knew it too. So I was pretty sure there wasn't going to be a nip in that muzzle that was going to make Prince mad, because I knew that she really couldn't get him. And I just see energy being released, fast twitch energy being released from her, which is another big thing. Desensitization, exercise. So watch the play bow. Why does that matter? He's trying everything. That's why it matters. Prince isn't a one-trick pony. He's not like, I'm going to get mad at you. He's saying, hey, I've been nice to you. You are on my property. I have done nothing to you. And you're just going to follow me around forever and bark at me. So the intro that you saw, she basically hits him kind of in like the ribs a little bit, I think. I think that's what happens, because Prince usually doesn't get as mad as he did for no reason. I think he's annoyed with her for her obsession with him, her chasing of him, her barking at him, her trying to control him. I think he's over it, and he does the exact right thing. The absolute exact right thing. Look she's not stopping. She's not going to stop barking at him. He's probably like, this is never going to stop. This dog is obsessed, right? These German Shepherds and a lot of dogs, they have a perverted sense of their job, if that makes sense. She has a mechanism in her brain to work, but she doesn't know what to work for. And you're going to see it right now. And so barking at him becomes a job. And she hits him in the ribs, and he gets mad. And then he stops. And there's 3 more barks. So how long has she not barked for when she showed up in this video? Maybe a 3-second pause since you've been watching this video.
Walk fast, don't run.
She's done barking. She's not done forever. She sees a dog. She barks at Prince a couple times. She's not barking at him. But she's also the same dog. Tail's fine. She's no worse for wear. Prince is no worse for wear. But she's not barking. And now the muzzle comes off. Why am I comfortable to let the muzzle come off? Because she's really not a biter. Okay, she could nip a dog as the dog's running. She could nip a person as that mouth's moving. Things could happen, but she's not looking to hurt anybody. But that doesn't mean she doesn't need corrections from dogs and from people. Things need to change. She's a challenging dog because her brain is challenging, because her brain goes and just goes somewhere else, and her emotions come out in barking. She's actually a really nice dog, but she can't do this. He can't walk down the street. She sees a dog, she barks like you've seen her bark every single time walking down the street, and you can understand this guy's frustration. Some of you have the same frustration with your dog, and the answer is not a prong collar. There'll be some comments on this video like, just put a prong collar on her. That's not the answer. It needs to be, there's a couple barks in there. So now I am going to correct the barking, because Prince, it's not enough for him to correct anymore. Why didn't I do this at the beginning? Because it wouldn't have done anything. I really want to get that through to you guys on there's another bark, and the correction's coming from me. It's less of a correction from Prince. Prince got the ball rolling. Me and this owner are going to continue. Here's a bark again, and a clap, and I don't grab her because she went, okay, and she left. Now, why? And now a nice cool dip. Why didn't I do that at the beginning? Because the barking wasn't a choice at the beginning. We had to bring her down to where she could actually learn. That Prince correction got her brain to a place, and the exercise got her brain to a place, now the owner's correcting her, where her brain could actually learn. So now the barking, we can correct it and she can actually absorb it. Whereas at the beginning, you saw her when she came in the gate, the gate opened, she's barking out of her mind, owner gave her correction, didn't do anything. And there's still some points where it doesn't really get through to her, but that Prince correction was so big that it got through that brain, that very difficult 3-year-old dog brain. Now, why am I letting her bark here? Because this is insanity, right? Because we have to, we can't bite off more than we can chew. Like, it's a lot to expect her while these 3 dogs are going nuts. I try, and right there, you see that? She did not respond to that touch. And now we're doing passing of dogs. So it told me that she just isn't in the right state of mind. Like, there's too much going on. So I brought her to that point. Now, passing dogs being a good girl. I brought her to that point of being super sensitized. And then And then she barked, and then we backed off a little bit. So now we're passing dogs. Here's some original audio. So we did kind of the perfect system today, right? We got the energy out, she made friends, then we busted the treats out. It's not gonna go this good at home with the treats even, but she's doing great. So, hey, how are you?
Good, how about you?
This is my dog. Yeah, that's your friend. Come on, Lucy. That's our best friend. Yes, he came right up to your nose. Then she was fine. Then I gave her a treat for leaving. It's a whole thing. Good, good. And let her smell more. Oh yeah. And call her away and give her a treat for being the best girl in the world. And hopefully your leash reactivity after today is reduced. I would guess, I could be wrong. I'd guess we're at like 40 to 70% better.
Yeah, I can just see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because
Yeah.
she's never been non-reactive with dogs, so that's
Yeah.
huge for me.
That's great. The problem is we set her up for success so much that you cannot possibly recreate what we did. So it's like,
a little different.
that's why I'm in that 40 to 70% range. If it's 70, it means that the play and the meetings like really lasted. Like it lasted when you go home. We're at 40 if the play and the stimulation in the meetings was temporary and she essentially forgot about it in 2 days. Then we're at 40, I think. You saw a dog get significantly better in an hour. A severe barking case, a severe leash reactivity case get better. Yes, I have prints. I realize that most people don't have a print, but the desensitization aspect is something you can do. Get your dog around other dogs. Maybe the other dog goes, hey, knock that off. That would be a good thing. Hopefully this video helped you. Subscribe to the channel.